Why are the remains of the old Hockenheim circuit left abandoned in the woods? Well, in this Circuits of the Past documentary, we'll tell you the complete facts about the controversial reconstruction from 2002. The Hockenheimring was once a family business that made a modest profit of several €100,000 per year. Until some people in Hockenheim smelt the big money, of course. And the result? Well, around €29 million in debt, and the local government had to wade in and save the day with taxpayers' money. The renovation still evokes emotional responses from fans today. Many still miss the old high-speed circuit with the long straight streets through the woods and trees. People often swear at Bernie Ecclestone, the FIA or Hermann Tilke, and they're often held responsible by many fans. But is this actually correct? Well, the information in this documentary comes from a German documentary, The Bankruptcy of Formula One, the Hockenheim Case. The makers of this documentary investigated the matter and spoke to all of those involved. All credits for the investigation go directly to them. For those who can understand German, there is a link to this documentary in the description of the video. I'll recommend checking it out. Michael Schumacher is identified by this documentary makers as the main culprit for the catastrophic renovation of the Hockenheimring. This is meant in jest and is less appropriate in the light of his current situation. But due to the popularity of Michael Schumacher in the 1990s, the German Grand Prix attracted full grandstands. Germany even received a second Grand Prix at the Nürburgring under the Grand Prix of Luxembourg, or Europe, for example. In the summer of 1999, the treaty for the Formula One Grand Prix of Germany was extended until 2001. Bernie Ecclestone, then president of FOCA, even promised the organisation that the race would remain at Hockenheim until at least 2006. But after this 1999 Grand Prix, a misinterpreted comment caused a flood of rumours. Pascal Latineddu, Bernie Ecclestone's right-hand man, is asked after the race what he thought of the event. His comment was, "The circuit is too long and the spectators have to wait too long for the cars to pass by again." This was actually just his personal opinion, but it was taken to mean much more and that something should change about the circuit. At this time, the researchers of the Hockenheimring case made inquiries with the now deceased Charlie Whiting. He was responsible for safety in Formula One at the time. The outcome of that research came with the following answer. The FIA has not required any conversion measures from Hockenheim. The circuit has achieved this itself to become more spectator-friendly, and the old circuit was deemed suitable for Formula One at the time of the renovation. But once again, the misinterpreted comment took on a dynamic of its own, and in the winter of 1999 into 2000, the first plans were made for a total reconstruction of the circuit. Meanwhile, in eastern Germany, construction of a major motorsports complex, the Lausitzring, had begun in 1999 also. Although the region didn't have suitable infrastructure for organising a Grand Prix, the ambitions were high. A huge circuit complex was built at the taxpayers' expense, and the Schumacher virus made them all blind. Then we have contender number 3, because major investments were also being made at the Nürburgring, with new stands to accommodate more spectators during the annual Formula One event. The major shortcoming of Hockenheim at this time was that they could only accommodate 83,000 spectators. This was insufficient to bring in the big money. Andreas Mayer, the promoter for the German Grand Prix at the time, wanted more seats for more spectators. This was incorrectly reported in the media at the time as Bernie Ecclestone's demands renovation. The investigators also made inquiries with him, and his answer was that I never pressured them to change the circuit. It was the circuit operators themselves that made this proposal to us and the FIA. In the year 2000, the Lausitzring opened 3 weeks after the Grand Prix at Hockenheim. The brand new circuit had an ambitious plan. Contracts were signed with DTM, MotoGP and the American IndyCar Series. "We haven't yet succeeded with Formula One, but that will happen," said the operators, talking a bold game. They'd already contacted Ecclestone and were prepared to accommodate him in every way to take over the German Grand Prix from Hockenheim. But Ecclestone apparently sympathised with Hockenheim and rejected all of the proposals. The Lausitzring problem, so to speak, had already been solved a year and a half later anyway. The prestigious project resulted in bankruptcy. But the construction project in Hockenheim was now already in full swing, and the machine could no longer be stopped. Here too, ambitious plans were being made to turn Hockenheimring into not just a modern circuit, but a multi-million-dollar business with the German Grand Prix as the icing on the cake. Hockenheimring wanted to become a top-level event and complex, and therefore asked star architect Hermann Tilke to design the new circuit. Hermann Tilke would say in a later interview that he initially wanted to modernise the old Hockenheimring just by widening the track and providing larger runoff areas. That wasn't what the circuit bosses wanted, however, because they wanted to move from an extensive, expansive layout to a compact one, and that's why Hermann Tilke designed the current circuit as it is. As the project manager leader, Dr. Rainer Vogel was appointed, a decision that was not without controversy at the time. But the stone continued to roll, and in November 2000, Mayor Gustav Schrank presented the plans for the renovation. A referendum was organised in early 2001. It presented it as if the Hockenheimring would cease to exist without the renovation. Because most of the citizens of Hockenheim were actually in favour of preserving the circuit, there was a massive yes vote. Only a few were critical and pointed out that such delusions of grandeur had already led to bankruptcy of the Lausitzring, and would this follow the same fate? The last Grand Prix will take place at the old Hockenheimring in the summer of 2001, and on February the 4th, 2002, the reconstruction of the circuit would begin. To build the new track section, 44 hectares of forest needed to be cut down, and that's why the old part of the circuit needed to be demolished so that the new trees could be planted there in compensation. In addition to the new track section, there was also room for more stands and a helipad, because of course, and that new complex had to provide space for 120,000 spectators. To realise this though, financial support was needed, and it needed to come from the government. But, as is often the case during construction, costs turn out to be higher than previously estimated. There's always delays and things that weren't considered, and despite the financial problems, the new circuit would still need to be opened, with festivities beginning later in 2002. Thankfully, it still went live in 2002 and was ceremoniously opened with its first Grand Prix. In 2003, the Hockenheimring was expanded with the multifunctional Baden-Württemberg Centre. Due to the financial problems again though, this prestige project turned out to be much smaller than originally planned. More problems then began to arise when attendance at the German Grand Prix for 2003 and 2004 were lower than expected. This was probably in part to the high ticket prices that many spectators decided to stay away. Partly because of this, the costs incurred were not being recuperated, and debts now continued to rise and the numbers were being written in the red. Bankruptcy was near. Spotting the spiral, ultimately the local government intervened, with taxpayers' money of course. And the rest of the story? Well, after Michael Schumacher retired from Formula 1 at the end of the 2006 season, interest in the sport declined in Germany. Visitors no longer came en masse to the Grand Prix, and Germany only had one Grand Prix left. Emphasis on the only there. From 2009 to 2014, it held alternative races between Hockenheim and the Nürburgring. After that, the German Grand Prix was no longer an annual event. A German Grand Prix was held 3 more times at Hockenheim, to date at least, with the last of those taking place in 2019. With today's wisdom, you can really say that the multi-million-dollar construction project was just so unnecessary. Many fans still miss the old circuit. Discussions about this are still emotional more than 20 years later. Bernie Ecclestone, the FIA and Hermann Tilke are often all blamed for this, but now you know what really happened, and it wasn't really their fault. Thank you so much for watching this Circuit to the Past documentary. If you understand German, please go and watch that documentary, The Bankruptcy of Formula 1, the Hockenheimring Case, for the full investigation, and a link can be found in the description below. And if you want to see more videos about racetracks from the past, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you don't miss another one, and stay tuned because there'll be more coming soon. You can visit the website circuitsofthepast.com for articles about race circuits of bygone times, and there you can download a free ebook with 7 abandoned race circuits, including the old Hockenheimring, that you can visit legally. We'll also explain how on earth you get there. Bring a compass. Thanks for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next video.